Hi there, my name is Anya. Welcome to my practice. Today I'll be teaching a vinyasa style flow. It's very beginner friendly. It'll be short and sweet, so let's get into it. We're going to start in child's pose. Knees mat width apart, toes together, walking your hands forward. Let your chest fall between your knees. And let's take a few moments to breathe into ground. Here. Palms are resting on your mat. Hips are sinking down towards your heels. If they don't touch, that's fine. Let's take a deep inhale here. Exhale all the air out. Another deep inhale here. Exhale. One last inhale here. And on your exhale, start to crawl your fingertips a little bit forward. Engage your arms all the way from your shoulders to your fingertips. Feel the stretch in your underarms. Start to activate your body. And on your exhale, once again, press up to tabletop position. Find yourself at the center of your mat, shoulders stacked over your wrists, knees hip width apart. You're going to take some cat-cows to bring some movement into the spine. Inhale, let your belly drop, back arches, tailbone lifts. And exhale, press the mat away, round your back. Inhale, belly drops, gaze up. And exhale, press the mat away, feel the small muscles of your back stretching. Inhale.
For cow, belly drops. And last time, exhale, protract your shoulders.
On your next inhale, come back to center. We're going to reach your right arm up. Inhale. And exhale, right palm underneath the left underarm, thread the needle. Right ear comes to the mat. Extend your left arm forward. Stay in this twist. Keep breathing here. Last inhale here. And exhale, place your left arm under your shoulder. Press back up. Right arm reaches up high. Open your chest to the right. And exhale, bring your right palm down. Back to tabletop. Inhale, left arm reaches up high. Open your chest. Exhale, thread the needle. Left palm under the right underarm. Bring your left ear to the mat. Extend your right arm forward. Stay in this twist. 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale here. Exhale, place your right palm under your shoulder, press back up to tabletop. Left arm reaches up high, fingertips reach high. And exhale, come back to tabletop position. From here, we're going to walk your arms, your palms forward, and we're going to shift into puppy pose. So let your chest come down towards the mat, hips sink back a little bit. Chest falls towards the mat and comes through your shoulders. Maybe your chin comes down to the mat. Maybe even your chest lowers down to the mat. Maybe not. Feel the stretch in your underarms. Feel the stretch along the front side of your body. Take a last breath here. Exhale all the air out. Sink low. And on your next inhale, start to press up. Walk your hands back into tabletop position. And we're going to extend your right leg back. Left arm reaches forward. Lift your right leg up into the air. Stay here for a bit of a balancing posture. Gaze down at the mat. Core engaged, navel tucked in towards the back of your spine. If it's hard to keep your balance here, you can bring your left palm to the mat onto your fingertips, or stay here. Last breath, lengthen, reach your fingertips forward, your heel back, and exhale, come back down to the mat. We're going to switch side, left leg onto the ball of your foot. Right arm reaches forward. You're going to lift your left foot off the mat. Foot is flexed, fingertips reaching forward, core engaged. Stay here for a few more breaths. Keep breathing here. Gaze down at the mat, neck is long. Try not to look forward. Gaze right next to your palm. Last breath here, lengthen through your fingertips, reach your heel back. Exhale, plant your palm, your knee back to the mat, tabletop position. From here, we're going to tuck your toes. Press your palms firmly into the mat, fingertips spread wide. And you're going to start to shift your hips up and back into your first downward facing dog. If your knees don't straighten right away, that's fine. You can keep a slight bend in your knees, reaching your hips up and back, pressing the mat away, pressing your chest towards your knee. Let's take a breath here. And on your exhale, start to straighten your knees. Gaze is towards your toes or towards your knees. Try not to look forward and bend your neck. Find your downward facing dog and take some intuitive movement. Maybe bend your right knee, let your right hip drop. Bend your left knee, let your left hip drop. Walk out your dog, paddle it out. And eventually find some stillness in the pose. Again, gaze is towards your knees or towards your toes. Neck is long, feel your spine lengthen. Let's take an inhale here. Exhale all the air out. Another deep inhale here. And on your exhale, you're going to shift forward to plank pose. Shoulders shift over your wrists. Maybe walk your feet a little bit back. Hold it here. If it's hard to be in plank, you can bring your knees down to the mat or stay in plank. And on your next exhale, you're going to shift back into downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Exhale. Inhale, right leg reaches up high. Stack your right hip on top of the left. Open your hips towards the right. Toes reach high. And bend your right knee. Let your heel come down to your glute. And when you're ready, you're going to straighten your right leg. Bring your right knee in to your chest and step your right foot forward. If it's difficult, you can help yourself with your hand. We're coming into a lunge. Inhale, right arm reaches up high. Stay here for exhale. One more inhale here. Exhale, right palm comes back to the mat. Bring your left knee to the mat, untuck your toe, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. You're going to rise up, rise your fingertips high. Palms come together at the top, gaze up. Sink into this lunge. And on your next exhale, bring your palms back down to the mat. Tuck your back toe, knee rises up from the mat. And then press your palms into the mat, step your right leg back to downward facing dog. Stay here for a moment. Exhale. Inhale, reach your left leg up towards the sky. Stack your hips on top of each other, open your hips to the left. And bend your left knee. Let your left heel drop to your glute. Stay here for a moment. And exhale, straighten your leg. Bring your knee into your chest. And step your left leg forward. We're again in a lunge. Inhale, left palm reaches up high. Take a twist here. Stay for the exhale. Inhale. And exhale, bring your left palm to the mat. Again, press your palms into the mat. Lift your foot off the mat and then shift back into downward facing dog. Stay here. Keep breathing here. We're going to get into our sequence inhale. Right leg reaches up high. Exhale, come onto the ball of your left foot, shift forward and step your right foot forward. Coming into your crescent lunge, rise up, legs are strong, bending into your right leg. Hands come to your hips, gaze forward. Stay here. Another breath here, inhale. Exhale all the air out. Your next inhale, you're going to step forward to chair pose. Feet come together, knees together, feet together. Hips sink back and down. Arms reaching up high, chair pose. Stay here. Keep breathing, gazes forward. If it's hard on your shoulders, you can widen your arms and you can bring your hands to prayer. Hold your chair. Last inhale here. On your exhale, bring your hands to prayer and start to straighten your left leg. Right leg comes up into the air. A bit of a balancing position here. Left palm comes onto your right knee and open your chest to the right. Reach your right arm back. Stay here. Keep breathing here. Another breath here. If you lose your balance, just get back into the posture. And when you're ready, come back to center. Hands come to prayer and sit back into a chair pose. Gaze forward. We're back in chair. Take an inhale here. And on your exhale, we're going to take a twist to the right. So left elbow comes to your right knee. Palms together. Left elbow pressing into your right knee. Palms pressing into each other. Knees are together. If your right knee shifts back, shift it forward. Square your hips. Stay here. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to center. Stay here in chair for one more breath. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, find your halfway lift. Palms come to your ankles, spine straightens, gaze forward. And exhale once again, forward fold. You can keep a slight bend in your knees or not. Once again, inhale, gaze up, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. From here, you're going to heel toe your feet mat width apart. And we're going to sit low into Malasana Yogi squat. So sit low into a squat. Palms come together, elbows pressing your knees outwards. Gaze is forward. If it's very difficult for you and you have a few blocks, you can place them under your sits bones to give yourself a little lift. If you're here, that's also fine. If you can sink your hips lower down towards your heels, stay there. Take a breath here. And on your next exhale, place your palms to the mat. Step back to plank pose. Stay here for a moment. And exhale. Shift back to downward facing dog. Feel how different this down dog feels from the first one. We're going to continue to the left side. Inhale, left leg reaches up high. Exhale, Come onto the ball of your right foot, shift forward, and step your left foot forward into your lunge. Coming up into crescent lunge. Palms come to your hips, gaze forward. Legs are strong. Stay here, keep breathing. Exhale. One more breath here. And on your exhale, you're going to step forward to chair pose. Again, feet together, knees together, arms reach high. Stay here for chair. And exhale, bring your palms to heart center. We're going to start to straighten your right leg. Left leg reaches up. Balancing posture here once again. Right palm comes onto your left knee. Open towards the left side. Gaze can be towards the left or towards the back of the room, towards the back of your mat. Reach your left fingertips back. Again, if you lose balance, just come back into the posture. That's why it's called a practice. Keep breathing here. And when you're ready, come back to center. Palms come to prayer and we sit back into chair pose. Palms to prayer. Stay here. Inhale. And exhale, take a twist to the left. So right elbow to left knee. Palms together. Pressing into each other. Right elbow pressing into your left knee. Stay here in your chair twist, revolve chair. Keep breathing here. Gaze can be towards the left or towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And when you're ready, come back to center. Stay here in chair. And from here, we're going to forward fold. Stay here in your forward fold. Another breath here. And on your exhale, heel toe your feet 2 fist width apart. Grab your big toes with your index and middle finger. Bend your knees generously. Straighten your spine, look up. Find length in your spine. And from here, fold forward. Let the crown of your head sink low. Stay here and start to straighten your legs as far as feels comfortable. If they straighten right, if they straighten all the way, pull yourself down. Let your elbows fall opposite directions. Stay here, find length in your spine. Again, if your knees are bent, that's totally fine wherever you're at today. We're trying to find length in your spine. And when you're ready, you're going to let go of your big toes. Walk your feet mat width distance apart. And again, we sit low into Malasana Yogi Squat. Take a moment here to ground. Palms come together. Elbows pressing your knees out. Take a few breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, you're going to place your palms onto the mat. Again, step back to your plank. Stay here in plank for a moment. Take a breath here. And on your next exhale, slowly lower down onto the mat, all the way down. Belly comes to the mat. We're lying down on the mat. Extend your arms alongside your body. Right ear comes down to the mat. Take a moment here. And from here, we're going to go into locust pose. So when you're ready, your chest, your feet, your legs are going to lift off the mat. Inhale, come into locust pose. Lift your chest, lift your legs up. Palms can be resting on the mat, pressing into the mat, or you can fly them out. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Gaze is down at the mat right in front of you. And exhale. Come back down onto the mat, left ear to the mat. Stay here for a moment, relax. Once again, we're going to go into locust pose. When you're ready, inhale, lift your chest, lift your feet off the mat. Engage your glutes, squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe you fly your arms back. Keep breathing here. Gaze is down at the mat right in front of you. Don't try to bend your neck and look forward. And when you're ready, come back down to the mat, right ear down. Take a moment here. Maybe wiggle your hips left and right. And when you're ready, place your palms under your shoulders. We're going to come into Sphinx pose. Elbows come under your shoulders. Palms flat onto the mat, fingertips spread wide. You look like a sphinx, that's why it's called Sphinx pose. Gaze is forward, shoulders away from your ears. Reach the crown of your head up, feel the back bend. Keep breathing here. Exhale. One more inhale here. And exhale. From here, place your palms right under your shoulders, and we're going to press up to cobra. Straighten your arms. Feel the back bend. Feel the stretch in your abdomen. And from cobra, we're going to shift back into child's pose. Send your hips back towards your heels. Shift into child's pose. You can have your knees mat with the part toes together, or you can bring your knees together, toes together. Take a child's pose. Take a moment to breathe, to relax. And when you're ready, you're going to start to walk your hands towards you. Come to a seated position on your shins. And we're going to flip over to sitting on our sits bones. You're going to straighten your legs in front of you. We're going to go into Paschimottanasana, forward fold. So sits bones rooted into the mat, and remove the flesh under your sits bones. Legs straightened out in front of you. If you find yourself rounding your back when you're just sitting straight up like this, you can take a block, place it under your sits bones for a little bit of lift. Otherwise, stay here. Take an inhale here. And exhale. Start to hinge forward, walk your hands forward into your forward fold. Maybe you catch your feet. Pull yourself forward. Maybe you just stay higher up wherever you are, as long as you're feeling a stretch in the back of your legs. It's working. If you need a little bit of a challenge for those who are more flexible, you can fold forward, catch one wrist behind your feet, and pull yourself forward that way, just to give yourself a bit more of a challenge. Keep breathing here. Inhale here one last time. Exhale all the air out. Let yourself sink lower towards your legs. And when you're ready, start to rise back up to seated. And we're going to take your right leg, cross it over the left thigh. You're going to place your right palm back, reach your left arm high up, find length here. And then your left elbow comes over your right knee into a twist. Twist towards the right. So your left elbow is over your right knee. You're pressing your elbow into your knee, twisting towards the right side. Gaze can be towards the right or towards the back of the mat. Keep breathing here. Just another moment here. Exhale. And when you're ready, we're going to come back to center. Reach both arms up high and twist over to the other side just for a little counter twist. We're going to come back to center, switch sides. Left leg over your right thigh. Left palm back, right arm reaches up high, find length here. And then take a twist from here, right elbow over your left knee, on the outside of your left knee. Take a twist here, 3 breaths here. Gaze can be back or towards the left. Keep breathing here. Exhale. Last breath here, inhale. Exhale, maybe you twist a little bit deeper. And when you're ready, you're going to come back to center, reach both arms up high, and take a counter twist to the right. From here, we're going to come back to center. You're going to scoot forward to the center of your mat. Extend your arms forward and slowly, slowly lie down onto your mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. Head comes up last onto the mat. Take a moment here. We're going to take our last pose before we finish up our practice. Reach your legs up towards the sky. Then go into happy baby. So you're going to catch your big toes with your index and middle finger or the outsides of your feet. And you're going to let your knees fall outwards, bend your knees. Let your knees fall towards your underarms, kind of pulling your feet towards you, opening your hips. You can shift side to side, rock side to side in this happy baby pose. And when you're ready, you're going to let go of your big toes or your feet. Extend your legs onto the mat, hip width apart or mat width apart. Arms can be alongside your body or one hand to the belly, one hand to the chest. We're coming into final Shavasana. Let's take a deep inhale here. Exhale all the air out. If you'd like to spend a bit more time in Shavasana, you're welcome to pause the video. Otherwise, you're going to take a big stretch, reach your arms over your head like you just woke up. Good morning stretch, and then hug your knees into your chest. Give yourself a big, big hug. You can fall onto the right side or the left side of your body. Take a moment here. And when you're ready, you're going to press your palm into the ground. Keep your eyes closed, sit up. You can come into an easy seated pose with your legs crossed, or sitting on your shins. Place your palms on your knees. Take a deep inhale here. Exhale all the air out. On your next inhale, reach your arms up high. Palms come together over your head. And to heart center, bow your chin to your chest. And namaste. Thank you. Thank you for doing this practice with me. I hope it leaves you feeling grounded and energized for the rest of your day. See you in my next video.